Okay, we are live. Hello, everyone. It's so nice to see you. My name is Jessica. I'm the social media and community manager at University of the People, and I'm here with our health science grad, Pragashni. Hi, Pragashni. How are you?
I'm well, Jessica. Thank you for having me again.
Thank you for being here. It's always a pleasure to
Yeah.
see you. Pragashni's been on our live events before, so we're happy to have her back. But I just want to say hello to all of our South Africans who are watching, whether you're a student, a potential student, a parent of a potential student. It's great to have you watching. Why don't you let us know in the comments where you're from, which province you're from? We'd love to know. For those of you who don't know, University of the People is an American accredited affordable university. Since we are 100% online, you can study anywhere, anytime. We are accessible to everyone. And our mission really is to open the gates of higher education to all qualified students around the world. So I know we have a lot of, potential students watching, so I'm just going to say a few more things about University of the People. I'll try to keep it really brief because our main event is actually Pragashni. So I just want to say a few things about University of the People. We partner with the top universities around the world to create unique opportunities for our students, such as partnering with Harvard Business School Online, which allows our students to take a selection of courses to give them the opportunity to gain certificates to help them stand out in the competitive job market. We also have partnerships with other prestigious universities such as McGill University, NYU, UC Berkeley, Long Island, AFAT University, and the list goes on and on. Our academic leadership team also comes from the top universities, providing leadership and guidance to ensure that University of the People offers the highest quality degree programs out there. And some more universities that we have academic leadership team from are Columbia University, NYU, UC Berkeley, University of Edinburgh, Princeton, and many more. So we even have the Chancellor of the University of Cape Town, Mamagati. I hope I said her name correctly. Mamageti Pakang, serving as our President's Counsel. We actually interviewed her yesterday, so you can check that out on our YouTube channel. In keeping with our mission to open the gates for higher education for all, for everyone around the world, we also accept transferred credits from both accredited U.S. and accredited non-U.S. institutions. So we really want, to welcome everyone and give everyone who wants to study with us the opportunity. For example, we also have a partnership with UC Berkeley. So where, people from UC Berkeley can also transfer their credits to complete a bachelor's degree. UoPeople students can transfer credits to complete a bachelor's degree at UC Berkeley. So we have many amazing partnerships. We also are accredited by the DEAC, which is the Distance Education Accrediting Commission. The DEAC is listed by the U.S. Department of Education as a recognized accrediting agency. And just a few more things that I think our fellow South Africans would like to know about our fees. We do have an application fee, which is about 885 Rand. We have a course assessment fees for undergraduate and graduate. For each undergraduate course, there is an assessment fee of 1,770 Rand to be paid by the end of each course. And for each graduate course, there is an assessment fee of 3,540 Rand to be paid by the end of each course. So the total approximate costs to earn a degree at UoPeople are the following. Bachelor's degree is 71,635 Rand, MBA is 43,335 Rand, and Master's of Education is about 46,870 Rand. So now you have the fees, and let's get into the fun part, which is our interview with Pragashni. So Pragashni, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Oh, okay. I'm Pragashni Naidu. and I live in Durban, South Africa. And yeah, I don't know what to say about myself,
Okay,
but I'm happy to be here, I think.
well, Pragashni, you have a lot to say, and let me just ask you a few more questions to get us going.
I think so. I think so, yeah.
You graduated from University of the People, and what did you study?
I did the health science degree,
Okay,
and I did it over 3.5 years. So I did accelerate the process because I wanted to get done with it. And at the moment, I've also enrolled in the Masters of Education at UoPeople. So
and
yeah, I seem to be like attached to UoPeople. I don't want to leave.
you also, I think you have a son who studies with us as well. It's you're keeping it in the family.
Yes, he is actually doing his last term this term, Jessica. So from the last time that you interviewed both of us, he's completing his degree in this term. So he's taken 4 courses this term, and last term just to be done with it. And he's also busy with 2 startups. So he's using his knowledge from the degree to, give advice on his startups and yeah, business advice. I'm not clued up about business. I'm
Yeah,
sure, maybe one day you can have an interview with him.
I would love that. Okay,
Yes,
so you're located in Durban, and were there
yes,
higher
yes.
education options for you in nearby in Durban?
Yes, there is. There is University of South Africa, which has been here for a very long time. I mean, but they are correspondence. It's not online. Uh, yeah. So there is options. It's just not fully online.
Okay,
And that's what I liked about University of the People, that it was fully online. I didn't have to leave home to go and write exams or anything out of the house. Yes.
and did you always consider online education?
No, I never thought online education was a possibility until Deshlin, my son, found University of the People. And I have to mention that I think I've mentioned this to you before in the other interviews, we are unschoolers, we are homeschoolers,
Right, I
but
remember.
particularly life learning, where learning is child directed. So my kids don't go to school. So Darshan actually did his American GEDs and got into University of the People. So it was very unorthodox, and he was actually quite excited that he had that option to be able to do the American GED and then find an online institute to study. So
Well, we're so
yeah.
happy that that worked out for you guys.
Yes, so like if there's any unschoolers or any life learners or homeschoolers, watching this, it's a great option.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing that with us. And so, why did you choose? You kind of covered it, but we'll go back. Why did you choose to study at University of the People?
The fact that it was fully online, it was convenient, and it was affordable. So, I mean, I didn't have to pay for textbooks.
Right,
I didn't have to pay for travel. A good internet connection line, of course, is necessary. But I didn't have to have all those added costs. So
right.
that was a big plus for me, yes.
And so you
So I
we
could afford to send both Desh and I could study online together. Yeah.
that's very special, actually, a special experience to share with your son. And you
Yes.
chose to study health science. What excited you about the health science program?
Everything excited me about it.
Well, then it was definitely for
um,
you.
yes. I mean, look, I got to learn and understand intricate health systems that on a global scale and in South Africa, and how it impacts how these systems impact like the health of communities. And what was also exciting was that I studied courses such as epidemiology and genetics. And during the pandemic right now, I could understand everything that was happening, you know, because of epidemiology and genetics and courses like psychology, sociology, human development. I actually enjoyed all the courses.
No, I'm
And
so glad to hear that.
yeah, and like what was nice is that I got to learn like firsthand what was happening in other countries through my peers, because
Right.
University of the People is a global platform. So we weren't like looking at news and like trying to filter through all of that information, because we had students in our class on a global scale, so we could understand what was actually happening in their country and in their health systems, which was quite nice. And the other thing as well I have to mention is that right now there's a huge amount of misinformation regarding COVID-19. So this degree has helped me to determine like the facts from the myths and understand health statistics, you know.
It's very important.
So, and I also come from the anti-vax movement. I'm I'm actually not embarrassed to say that publicly.
Everyone is welcome to make their own decisions. um,
Yeah.
that's all. I think we'll leave it there for now because I have a lot more questions I want to ask you. Um,
Okay.
and okay, so what did UO People offer you, which maybe other universities didn't in the past?
Um, okay, I'm somebody that has social anxiety, so the fact that I could study online and write exams from my home helped with overcoming like going out there and writing an exam. And I also liked the fact that we could do our assessments were continuous assessments, so we got to write different every week we had to write, I mean, do assignments, which the grades were contributed to our whole grade at the end of the term. So I'm somebody that likes writing, so I felt that was quite um, beneficial to me to be able to have grades contributed from my writing to the end of term grade for the course. Yes,
Okay. Yeah, so that
yes.
sounds like that would suit you very well. And just out of curiosity, how did you find our fees compared to other universities in South Africa?
Um, I'm not sure how to answer that. Um, I think it is cheaper, but not all that cheaper. I think with the rand dollar exchange, it almost matches up to the current fees. Like, I mean, you mentioned it's 70,000 rand to do a whole degree. I would say in South Africa, it might cost 90,000. But that's considering the fact that your University of the People's degree is a 4-year degree, and South Africa has a 3-year degree
Mhm.
for that amount of for that cost, but they have to do an honors degree before doing a master's.
Interesting. Yeah, it's very different
Yes.
than like an
Yeah,
American.
so in that way, you can see that University of the People is definitely cheaper. But the rand dollar exchange right now can be quite steep.
Okay, that's
Yes,
interesting. Interesting to
yes.
know. Now you're very modest. You don't talk about your career. You didn't talk about your career path, but I'd love to hear a little bit about your career path and how University of the People helped you on your way.
Okay, so I am a published author this year, and I think the last time we spoke, I told you I was going to publish my book.
Yes,
So
congratulations, by the way.
Thank
Where
you.
we just have to plug you a little bit more. How can people buy your book? Is it available on Amazon or?
Yes, it is. It is
Okay.
available on Amazon, and if you all want to have a look at it,
Oh, it's
it's
so
I'm not
pretty.
sure what. Yeah, there we go.
You know what?
It's called.
We'll put a link to at the end of the interview. We'll link the book so people can buy it and support you. But
Yes, you
anyway,
can go to my website, pragashninaidu.co.za, and all the information is there.
okay, perfect. We'll also put that
Perfect.
on the comments.
Okay.
Okay, back to your career path.
Yes, so I found that doing the health science degree has helped me to publish my book. Um,
Okay.
because I wasn't, although the story is fiction, it related to a lot of real problems that individuals face in our community or in society. And so it shows how people are impacted by this wide range of traumatic events. So I use a lot of psychology in my story, and the story was backed up by statistics and health. So I think the health science degree gave me that confidence to be able to publish the book from that regarding that, yeah. And my other career path is I am actually at the moment setting up to teach online. So that's one of my projects. And the other project is I'm trying to get into a space of promoting public health through my blog. And yeah, and I will be working in one of the Ashland startups as a curriculum developer. So I will be using, uh, yeah, a lot of what I've learned and what I'm learning at the moment through the Masters of Education through University of the People. So
Yeah,
yeah.
that's so
There's
exciting.
a lot. There's a lot that's happening. Yeah.
Yes, that's
It's
so exciting. Um,
yes.
okay, so I just want to like reiterate about UoPeople that we are a U.S. American accredited university. Um, it doesn't sound like you were in a position though where you needed to prove that to prove that to your degree to an employer because it sounds like you're more
No, I
independent.
was. Yes, I was always self-employed because I come from the complementary health therapy space. So, so doing this health science degree was just the next progression to my career, so to speak, because I was already in the health space, but just not, but more in the complementary side of it. Yeah.
Okay, great. And when you were applying to University of the People, we'll circle back a little bit because I think it's
Okay.
really important for our applicants out there um, to understand. Was there anything that held you back from applying with us? And what exactly convinced you that we were the right solution for you?
And there was nothing stopping me from applying. It was a concern that both Dish and I would be studying together. So from a financial aspect, I had that. But I was able to pace myself out in the beginning to, just do one course at a time. Eventually, when Dish started working, so he started paying for his own education. So yeah, that would have been the only thing that would have stopped me from applying. The process
Okay.
was easy. I didn't have any issues with the process itself. So yeah.
Okay, great. And I believe in the description of this event we have a link to the application page. If not, I will link it in the comments. I'll check after. And what advice do you have for other South Africans who may have just heard about University of the People for the first time? Why do you think they should study with us?
Well, first of all, it is fully online. That's a big plus. And uh, if you're working, it's manageable. And the sad thing is that South Africa's unemployment rate is sitting at 74.7% for the youth. And when I mean by youth, is the age group of 24 and under. So I think by them enrolling on University of the People, they can actually have better. It'll create better opportunities for them to find work, not only in South Africa but on globally, because with the pandemic now, lots of people are going online, or a lot of companies are opting to do remote employment. So just say, for example, like somebody wants to do computer science and they want to be a software developer. So you could easily do that online and be employed by people overseas, or yeah. So that would be my reason to study at University of the People right now. Yeah,
Really good
yeah.
advice. And I just want to emphasize a few more things about UoPeople being, like you said, we're 100% online and we're American
Yes.
accredited, and we are an affordable university. When we
Yes.
spoke about the fees earlier, at the end of the day, UoPeople is cheaper, less.
It is, yes.
It is a less expensive option than the schools in the universities in South Africa, and everything is online, so you don't have to pay for accommodation, you don't have to pay for textbooks and classes. So studying online is definitely an affordable option, and something that is gaining more and more traction as the pandemic continues. We saw a huge increase in online learning all over the world.
And just to add before I forget, it is SACWA approved, so that's not an issue with. If you're talking about accreditation of University of the People accreditation, so the degree is SACWA approved.
Okay. Well, thank you for adding that. I really appreciate it. So thank you, everyone, for watching. Thank you, Pragashni. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Jessica.
As usual, it was a pleasure watching with you. I will make sure we have all the appropriate links in the comments, so you can apply if you're interested in applying to UoPeople. And we'll link your book and your website, of course. And thank you everyone for watching. If you're a student or an applicant, a parent of an applicant, a parent of a student, whoever you are, we really appreciate it. And I hope everyone has a beautiful day and stays safe and healthy wherever they are. Stay safe, healthy, and happy. Thanks, Pragashni. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for all your help and support.
Thank you, Jessica.
Okay, bye everyone. Have a great day.